Introduction. Welcome to this detailed video on seams and stitches in garment construction. Whether you are an experienced fashion designer or a sewing enthusiast, understanding different types of seams and stitches is crucial for crafting high-quality, durable, and aesthetically pleasing garments. Seams are the fundamental elements that hold a garment together, while stitches ensure these seams are secure and smooth. Together, they contribute to the garment's strength, flexibility, and overall look. Seams and stitches are essential for joining fabric pieces, creating structure, and adding flexibility to clothing. The right combination of seams and stitches ensures strength and durability, making garments more resistant to wear and tear. They also play a vital role in aesthetic appeal, with various decorative stitches enhancing the visual look of the garment. Additionally, the functionality of the garment is determined by seams and stitches that match its purpose, whether it's active wear, casual outfits, or formal attire. Selecting appropriate seams and stitches based on factors like fabric type, garment design, and end use can greatly improve the garment's performance and appearance. Seams are the lines where two pieces of fabric are sewn together. Choosing the right seam depends on the type of fabric, the garment's function, and the desired aesthetic. The plain seam is the most basic and commonly used seam, where two pieces of fabric are placed right sides together and stitched along the edge. It is perfect for general garment construction, especially in casual clothing, blouses, and skirts. Easy to sew, it provides a clean finish on the inside when finished with overlocking or other techniques. Another popular seam is the French seam, which encloses raw edges for a clean, polished look inside the garment. Flat felt seams lie flat against the fabric, with the raw edges enclosed. These seams are strong and durable, making them a popular choice for denim jeans, shirts, and sportswear. This seam type provides a neat appearance on both sides and offers comfort by lying flat against the skin. Overlock seams, also known as serger seams, are created using an overlock machine that trims the edges of the fabric while stitching, thus enclosing the raw edges. This is ideal for stretchy fabrics like knits, jersey, and spandex, as well as woven fabrics for a fast and clean finish. Lapped seams are another option where one piece of fabric overlaps the other, with both edges stitched down. This seam is visible on the outside and is often used in outerwear, leather garments, and decorative applications. It is known for its strength and can be decorative when stitched with contrasting thread. Stitches are the individual loops of thread that hold fabric together, with each stitch serving different purposes, from creating basic seams to adding decorative finishes. The straight stitch is the most basic and versatile stitch, forming a straight line that is ideal for general seam construction, hemming, and top stitching. It is easy to sew and provides a clean, sturdy seam. For fabrics that require flexibility, the zigzag stitch is an excellent choice. This stitch forms a zigzag pattern that adds elasticity, making it ideal for finishing raw edges on stretch fabrics. The zigzag stitch is a popular choice for knit fabrics, spandex, and stretch cotton, providing flexibility and preventing fabric edges from fraying. The backstitch is a reinforcing stitch that locks the seam in place, ensuring durability. Often used at the beginning and end of seams, it adds strength to areas that experience high stress, such as pockets, seams, and zippers. The blind hem stitch is nearly invisible and is used to create clean, professional hems. It catches only a few threads on the front side, making the hemline clean and subtle, and is commonly used in skirts, dresses, trousers, and home decor items. The stretch stitch, designed to stretch with the fabric, is crucial for sewing elastic materials like those found in sportswear, leggings, and swimwear. This stitch provides flexibility, ensuring that the seam doesn't break under tension. In addition to functional stitches, there are specialty seams and stitches that serve both decorative and structural purposes. The pipe seam includes a strip of piping inserted between the fabric pieces, adding structure and a decorative edge. This type of seam is frequently seen in jackets, cushions, handbags, and tailored garments. Decorative top stitching is another method where visible stitching is done on the outside of the garment, often with contrasting thread. This not only strengthens the seam, but also adds a stylish, decorative element, especially on denim, coats, skirts, and bags. Rolled hems are narrow hems that are rolled and stitched to create a clean, delicate edge commonly found on scarves, blouses, skirts, and formal dresses. They provide a lightweight, elegant finish without adding bulk. Another essential stitch is the bar tack, a series of short, closely spaced stitches that reinforce areas prone to stress. This technique is used on belt loops, pocket openings, and other high-stress areas in workwear, jeans, bags, and jackets, adding durability to the garment. When selecting the appropriate seam and stitch for a project, consider the characteristics of the fabric. Stretchy and elastic fabrics benefit from seams and stitches that offer flexibility, such as zigzag stitches and overlock seams. For heavy fabrics, durable seams like flat felt seams and strong stitches, such as backstitching, are recommended to withstand wear and tear. Delicate fabrics require finer seams like French seams and lighter stitches to avoid damaging the fabric. Matching the seam and stitch types to the garment's purpose is essential. For sportswear, serge seams and stretch stitches accommodate movement and flexibility, while formal wear may require blind hem stitches and French seams for clean, elegant finishes. Denim and outerwear often use a combination of flat felt seams and top stitching to ensure both durability and style. Selecting the right seam and stitch is fundamental for a polished, professional finish. By understanding the various types of seams and stitches, as well as their practical applications, you can improve your garment construction skills significantly. Each stitch and seam has its purpose, from adding strength to providing flexibility or enhancing the aesthetic appeal. A well-constructed seam will not only hold the fabric pieces together, but also ensure that the garment fits well, lasts longer, and looks good. Seams like the French seam and flat felt seam offer clean finishes that are perfect for high-end, tailored garments. While overlock seams are great for mass production and everyday wear due to their speed and efficiency, the type of fabric you are using will greatly influence which seam and stitch you should choose. Lightweight fabrics may require delicate seams that won't add bulk, while heavier fabrics need robust seams to withstand tension. Similarly, the stitch type should complement the seam to provide the right level of stretch, strength, or flexibility needed for the garment.
We are going to learn about the basic seam types. Okay guys, let's start to learn about these seam types. Hem finish seam. This hem finish is commonly used in every garment and other sewing projects. Sometimes use overlock or just fold the hem twice. The constructions. Prepare a piece of fabric and mark the folding line. The size is depend on the width of the seam desired. Fold it or roll it just like this. Stitch the seam as close as possible to the folded line. How to make it? Prepare a piece of fabric, turn to the wrong side, fold it twice. The size is depend on the width desired. Press it. It can be ironed to make it stay still. And then ready to sew. Try to stitch as close as possible to the folded seam line. And here is the result. The right side has flat surface with top stitching. And the wrong side is just like this. Plain seam, open seam. This seam is common on garment and easy to make. Usually used in shoulder, back, and often in all part of the garment. The constructions. Place the first fabric and mark the seam line. Place the second fabric right side together and mark the seam line. Sew the stitch to the seam line. Overlock the seam allowance edge on each piece separately. The construction when it's open is like this. How to make it. Prepare 2 pieces of fabric. Mark the right side and wrong side. Put it in layer right side together. Mark the seam line about 1 cm seam allowance. Ready to sew. Remember to lock the stitch in the beginning and at the end of the seam line. Sew the both fabrics in the seam line. Trim the thread. Open the garment sample. Turn to the wrong side where the seam allowance is. Open seam allowance and press it in the middle. Overlock the seam allowance edge each side separately. The purpose of overlocking is to avoid the fraying. Here is the result of the right side. The right side in this seam usually used for the outside of the garment, and this is how the wrong side looks like with the open seam. Plain seam, closed seam. This seam is more common to use in the part of the garment and other sewing crafts. The constructions. Put the first piece of fabric and mark the seam line. Put the second piece on top and mark the seam line. Sew the stitch to the seam line. Overlock the 2 pieces of seam allowance together. How to make it. Prepare 2 pieces of fabrics. Mark the right side and the wrong side. Put it in layer right side together and then ready to sew with 1 cm seam allowance. Remember to lock the stitch in the beginning and at the end of the seam line. Sew the both fabrics following the seam line. Trim the thread. Open the garment sample. Turn to wrong side where the seam allowance is, and then prepare to overlock the seam allowance edge. Overlock the 2 pieces together until the end of the seam line. And here is the result seen from the wrong side. We can see the overlock in the edge of the seam allowance, and this side is the right side. Plain seam, closed seam with double top stitching. Actually, this is just a closed seam but adding 2 top stitching. It's common in some denims and some other swing seams depend on the purpose. The constructions. Do the same steps as the closed seam. Open the sample like this so it will be in the right side. And then 2 top stitching next to seam line and the seam allowance edge. How to make it. Prepare the fabric. Do the same steps as the closed seam. Open the garment sample and put the seam allowance in the one side. And add the first top stitching close to the seam line where the seam allowance is under it, so it will be attached with the stitch. So the result will be like this. And then do the second stitching. Try to make it in the top of the seam allowance edge, so it will be neat in the wrong side. The result from the right side is like this, with 2 top stitchings. And then the wrong side will be like this with overlock. French seam. The French seam has the same look as plain seam in the right side, while the wrong side has neat seam allowance finish without overlocking. The constructions. Put the pieces fabric in layer wrong side together, sew the seam line, open the fabric to cover the seam allowance, just like this, and then sew the new seam line to cover the seam allowance. How to make it. Prepare 2 pieces of fabrics. Mark the right side and wrong side. Put it in layer, wrong side together. Sew the both fabrics with 0.5 cm seam allowance. And then open the sample like this. And then fold to the other side. Now, right side will be together. And press the seam line to make it neat. And then ready to sew with 1 cm seam allowance. Sew along the seam line until finished. The result from the right side is just looks like plain seam. And the wrong side will be like this neat without overlock. Machine fell seam. This seam looks like a plain seam with double top stitching, but the wrong side is different, neat without overlock. The constructions. First fabric with 1 cm seam allowance, the second fabric with 2 cm seam allowance, then stitch the seam line. The both fabrics will have 1 cm different seam allowance. Folded the longer seam allowance to cover the short ones, and then fold the short fabric to cover all the seam allowance, just like this, and then add the top stitching. How to make it? Prepare 2 pieces of fabrics. First fabrics with wrong side on the top, and then put the second fabric on top of the first, so will be wrong side together and the seam allowance has 1 cm gap like this. So it will be one fabric has 2 cm seam allowance and the other one has only 1 cm seam allowance. And then stitch the seam line 2 cm from the edge of the seam allowance. The result will be like this. Open the garment sample with right side in the top. This is how the seam allowance looks like. They have 1 cm different size between the both fabric. Fold the wider seam allowance to cover the narrow seam allowance. Continue to roll it like this. And then do the top stitching as close as possible to the edge of seam allowance. This is right side with 2 top stitchings. And then the wrong side with 1 top stitching, knit without overlock. Let's have a quick look about plain seam with top stitching and machine fell seam. The both right sides have the same look. The difference is in the wrong side. The wrong side of plain seam has overlock finish, while the right side of machine fell is neat without overlocking. Lap seam. The lap seam usually used for decorations, easy and quick to make. The constructions. The first fabric as a base. Fold the second fabric and spare 1 to 1.5 cm for seam allowance. Tune the stitching line, and then finish the seam with overlocking. How to make it? Prepare 2 pieces of fabrics. First fabric with right side on the top, and then put the second fabric on the top of the first one right side together. Open and fold the second fabric like this, so the folding distance to the seam allowance edge is about 2 cm. And then sew in the stitch line about 0.5 cm from the folding line. Here is the 0.5 cm lap seam. The seam allowance is about 1.5 cm for easy overlocking. Finish the seam allowance with overlocking. the result of the lap seam. This is the right side with ½ centimeter lap, and this is the wrong side with the seam allowance overlock. Channel seam. The channel seam is two lap seams together which are face to face each other. The constructions. The first fabric is the base. Fold the second fabric and spare 1 to 1.5 cm seam allowance, sew the stitching line, and then finish the seam with overlocking. Do the same steps to another lap. How to make it? Prepare 3 pieces of fabrics. First fabric with right side on top as a fabric base. Put the second fabric on top of the first right side together. Open and fold the second fabric like this. So the folding distance to the seam allowance edge is about 2 cm. And then sew in the stitch lines about ½ cm from the folding line. Here is the first lap seam, and then we install the second lap seam. Just do the same steps as the first lap. The distance between the 2 lap seams is depend on the design. In this sample, have no distance between it. Here is the right side with 2 lap seams. The wrong side. Cut away the leftover fabric on base, so it will be only 1 cm seam allowance each side. Finish the seam allowance with overlocking for both sides. Here is the right side of channel seam, which is consists 2 lap seams and 1 base. The wrong side with the seam allowance overlock in the both sides.
Summary. Seams and stitches are essential for joining fabric pieces, adding structure, and ensuring durability in garments. Different seam types, such as plain, French, and flat felled, are chosen based on fabric type, garment design, and desired finish. Various stitches, including straight, zigzag, and backstitch, provide strength, flexibility, or decorative elements to enhance the garment's look and function. Choosing the right combination of seams and stitches results in professional, well-fitted, and visually appealing garments that suit their intended use.